So basically, Micah is nonverbal, as you've probably heard by now. So he doesn't really have a voice he can use to tell his story. So as his older sister, I kind of feel like it's my responsibility to share his story when he can't. So that was one of the main motivators as to why I chose to write the book. Well, I think I've learned that like books are a really good way to teach people about something, especially young children, because oftentimes they don't really like understand like Micah or like understand what Micah can do. Um, so I think that books are really good to also unite people because everyone can like pick up a children's book and read it. So I think that's taught me a lot about people, and then it's really helped me get a lot closer to Micah because we like to read the book together and read it to other people together, and so we've spent a lot of time together with the book. So Micah knows more than I think most people about perseverance because in order to do pretty much anything, he has to try like 50 times harder. And even throughout the writing process, I learned a lot about perseverance. Because sometimes when you get that draft back and you see like a lot of red or a lot of mistakes, you think, oh my goodness. So you really just have to keep going. So I've learned a lot about perseverance not only through writing the book, but also through Micah, just because he tries so hard in everything he does, and that really inspires me and helps me learn a lot about perseverance. Yeah, the second book is about Micah and his best friend named Evan. And Micah and Evan have been best friends for a long time, probably since like first grade. And they just have a really special connection that I think is one that needed to be shared. And also, I think that sometimes people might be afraid to make friends with kids like Micah just because it's hard because they don't talk to you. They don't talk back in ways that you might understand. So I think it's really important to share that even if someone might look a little different or sound a little different, it's okay to be friends with them and to try to make friends and be friendly. Oh yeah, I think it's so important because schools, especially public schools, are so big that you can feel like you're lost in the crowd. And especially if you're not verbal like Micah, it's even harder to sometimes have a voice. So I think that special ed teachers and staff and para educators are so important to help the kids who might be a little underrepresented or not necessarily be able to speak up for themselves. I think it's so important that we have that kind of staff that can help Micah advocate for himself and help him learn.
Right now, I know that you know that Micah is listening and communicating.
Mm-hmm.
How do you know that?
Well, he's not mumbling, which he does like a sound when he's kind of like trying to fill the space. And he's being very quiet and his head is up, and sometimes when he gets tired his head is down. So I know he's listening. He's paying attention. Right, bud?
And he agrees with you right now, doesn't he? How do you know that?
He gave me a little head nod. He likes to answer yes no well, I don't know if he likes to answer yes no questions, but he will, right?
I know one of the things that you love asking Micah and involving him in is March Madness.
Mm-hmm.
Can you tell us a little about that?
Yeah, Micah uses a head switch, which we can put in options. So we'll say our favorite team is Gonzaga. So like we'll say Gonzaga or Duke. And one switch will be Gonzaga or another will be Duke, and he'll say, that's what I want. Or we'll do a head nod and say, Micah, do you want Gonzaga to win, yes or no? And then if he nods his head yes, we know he wants Gonzaga to win. And if he doesn't, then that's not good.
All right. Thank you guys for sharing with us. Micah, thank you for sharing.
Yeah.
Yeah.